that is a rare feat to be that dominant on both ends. It's not like she's on one end just getting it done. No, she's dominant on both ends, and that's a rare player. Um, she's just a super humble human being, and she's about the right things all the time. She's always about her teammates, and she's always about winning.
Congrats on the win. Is there any scenario where you would have sat Asia late in the game because you guys had such a big lead, or was it like you knew how much history on the line and you just wanted to keep her in?
Well, quite honestly, I kind of wanted to get that weight off her. Let her break it in front of the home crowd, which I thought was cool, so she can get, the love that she deserves. After that, I might rest her later. We'll see how she's feeling. What's funny is she ends up with, what did she have, 39 or something tonight? I thought she looked a little tired. I mean, she was having to work really hard. But I kind of wanted this to be able to put this behind. Okay, she got it. Let's move on. And not just her, but her teammates feel a weight too to get her there, because they all take a lot of pride in each other's success. So when Asia's successful, her teammates are being successful, and it's just a really great trickle down effect. And I think it's just, I told the group this too. We always talk about make your teammate great. And then in the process, you become the greatest. And I think Asia's a great example of that, of just making everybody great around her. And she gets, she's the greatest because she is so authentically committed to that, pulling greatness out of other people. And I could go down the line. Jackie, KP, Chelsea, when they are intentional about getting greatness out of each other, they really, I don't think the four of them can be guarded.
Coach, it appeared that the game was a little bit more sped up today. Did you kind of feel like that on the court, and was that part of the game plan? Also, a follow-up question. That's okay.
Well, our defense was pretty good today, so of course we want to play with a lot of pace out of our defense. And when you're getting a lot of stops, I've been on them to push pace and get early rim attacks, and then, you read. But I think mostly it was just because we were getting some stops. And when we do that, we know we can get pace. It's when you're taking it out of the ball, out of the net, it's kind of a dead ball, or that you tend to slow up. But I thought that was the main factor, was just our defense was good. So we were off to the races offensively.
And coaching a player like Asia Wilson, how does that make you better as a coach?
Well, she makes me look good. How does that make me better? She's the best player. Of course, it helps everybody. It makes me look good. She makes everybody look good. You come into her presence. No, it's just been fun to coach her. Like I said, when I first took this job, Asia flew down to San Antonio. I worked her out, took her out to dinner, and just started to get to know her as a person. I had no idea. I mean, I guess I had some idea. I guess I didn't. Just seeing her from afar before and just on film. And then when you get to work her out and see her up close and personal, and you see how athletic and fast she is, because sometimes film doesn't always tell the story. And at that point, I had really only watched film. I'd only seen her play live maybe once or twice. But her athleticism, how good her hands are. She's just a really, really gifted human being, both physically and just the human side. She's just really gifted. So, I mean, I've kind of run out of adjectives. I love her. She's amazing.
jump to Zoom really quick and we'll come back to the room. Michael and then Nikias.
She makes my ATOs look real good. You throw it to her, she goes and catches anything.
Coach, I think your play that time events are probably pretty good anyway, so I think you deserve some credit for that. But if I could ask you a little bit of a big picture question, as somebody who saw that, unfortunately, for a lot of different reasons, the franchise in San Antonio was kind of withering on the vine, and then it moved to Las Vegas, and that just happened to be Asia's rookie season. I guess, can you put in perspective what she's meant to the city and to the franchise to play this way and to be the person who became the face of the franchise when it was in a new city?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to be Asia Wilson every day. It just isn't. There's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of pull on you when you have that kind of mantle, when you have that kind of platform. And, you know, the city is super lucky in the way that they've kind of gotten to see her grow up, right? I mean, when she comes, she's a kid. She's 22 years old probably. And you just see her evolve into this, not only an unbelievable player, but a person that gives back to her community, a person that cares about the people that she's playing with, interacting with, whether that's on the court, off the court. You know, I mean, she's won 2 championships now, you know, altogether. And I think, you know, keeping the big four together isn't always easy. I mean, most of these happy marriages dissolve after, you know, 3-4 years. Somebody moves on, somebody wants to go be the man or the woman somewhere else. And the fact that they've all stuck it out, and, you know, the number one picks of Kelsey, Jack, and Asia, and then bringing in Chelsea and all these other pieces, AC and Pays, and still, I mean, I could go down the list, but it really stems from the big four's chemistry and care for each other. Everything kind of stems out of that, those 4 kind of staples. And obviously Asia being the best player in the world, you know, and how she handles herself, like I said, with her teammates and interacts. To me, it's like best player in the world. She's one of the best people in the world. I mean, I wish you guys could know her and see her. How we get to be with her and around her every day. You know, and support her. I mean, I think if there's one thing I could say is she's passionate about people.
Nikias.
Hi, Coach. A couple of quick ones for you. One on Jackie Young. This felt like one of the more decisive games that she's had offensively since the Olympic break. Did you feel like that was her reading the game a little quicker or just making decisions, or was there anything that you did specifically to free her up?
Well, you know, first play of the game, I tried to get her going early. And then people are going under screens a lot, so we're just trying to lower screens. That way it's crystal clear, and she's got space to pull up and shoot. You know, I thought she had a very solid game all the way around, offensively, defensively. She ends up with, you know, 13, 8, and 7 with 1 turnover. Just really solid. When she gets on the boards, it helps us a lot, especially, you know, with a team like Connecticut who really hammers the boards, all the guards getting in there and helping. You know, we only have 7 turnovers as a team tonight, so that always helps your offense be more efficient. But I thought she was really good tonight. I think it was nice to see the ball go in the hole for her, especially from 3. She's been, you know, struggling a little bit there. And so, you know, the only way you get out of slumps is you just keep shooting, but you got to shoot good ones. You'll never shoot yourself out of a slump taking bad shots. You want to get out of a slump, you continue to take great shots, and eventually those numbers will turn.
Gotcha. And with Asia cracking 1,000 points this season, wanted to ask if you had a favorite Asia bucket from the season.
I mean, probably the Chicago walk-off one was pretty good. And kind of like the whole play of that because Plum set a heck of a screen, and Chelsea was a pass on the money. But it's really fun because you get to run Kelsey and Asia in a lot of actions, which it's already a pick your poison type scenario. You pay too much attention to Asia, Kelsey gets loose. You pay too much attention to Kelsey, Asia gets loose. And you got really exceptional passers with Chelsea and Jackie. People that really take care of the ball. So love running pick and roll with Chelsea and Jackie with Asia as a screener. So you get to play a lot with like different combinations, but the walk-off field goal was definitely, and she was pissed too because she didn't shoot the ball well that game, but she got the one that counts.
Thank you.
Any last one final one in the room? You're good. Thanks, Becky.
Yep. Thanks.
Asia had 16 boards. Was that a season record?
I'm sorry?
She had 16 boards. Was that
Right. Yeah.
Y'all remember Andy used to always ask the first question?
What?
Asia, congratulations on
Thank
making
you.
history with 1,000-point season. Can you just kind of share what the moments immediately following were like with your team and even with your family here?
It was huge. It really was. I was not expecting my teammates to bum rush me on the court, but that's who they are, and that's the reason why I love them so much. The way that we love on each other, it goes a long way, particularly in a season where it may not be going our way. It's just a lot going on in people's personal lives, but yet we still show up and we're present for one another. So that moment was huge. And then just to share the moment with my parents, it's always a beautiful thing because they literally have watched me go from not wanting to play basketball to now scoring 1,000 points in the season. So it's always cool to share moments with them and just have them here in Vegas as a whole. It has been a lot of fun.
Asia, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know when you had surpassed Jewel Lloyd's record with
Yeah.
the 940th bucket, you had said you kind of just wanted to get it over with.
100%.
Was that the same feeling entering this game, or was there more excitement around it? Was it a combination?
It was a combination. It's one of those things where I was literally like, hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, at least I have 2 more games to try and get it. But I feel like it was the complete opposite for my teammates. They were like, by any means necessary, get Asia the basketball. But it's always good to have these moments. But I was obviously super excited because these moments don't come by often. And I'm grateful to be able to play in them and to just experience it. But I think probably the second half was really where I was like, all right, let me lock in to what we need to get the win. And then whatever else comes with it, we live with it. But it was definitely a big moment just to get it at home. Definitely sucked kind of getting the scoring record in Indiana because no one really cares about us there, which is cool, respectfully. But I'm so glad that I was able to then come back home and get loved on a little bit.
Asia, your parents here, of course, here at the game, of course, your dad here.
Yep.
Was there any conversation that you had with your parents prior to this game in regards to, you achieving this accomplishment at all?
No. One thing about the Wilsons, we pray a lot. We pray a lot. And I think that's the biggest thing is like we just pray together. It wasn't really like, God, let her get 1K. No, it was just more so of just experiencing life and not taking anything for granted. And that was so key to me because we kind of sometimes get lost in the sauce of life and we lose out on the little special things the little wins in life. And I think that's the biggest thing that we as a family really focused in on is not taking moments for granted and understanding love on the moment because they don't come by often. And so, yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy like, oh, this is the morning and I'm waking up and I'm eating no, it was never that. It was just, we went on like the normal day. We got in our prayers and we just kind of let the game come to us. And I was glad that they were able to be here.
Asia, as you're approaching that milestone, late in the game, are you kind of like everyone else in your head, maybe counting down, like, all right, I need this to get to it? And if not, like, how do you avoid doing that and kind of staying locked in?
I'm gonna always be locked in because I love basketball. I'm that competitive. I don't want anything to go wrong. I want to be perfect in everything that I do. But in this moment, I don't think I really got the ticker until I saw everybody hold up too. And literally the whole arena stood up and I was like, whoa, this is the moment. And so I think that's when I really was just like, oh, like, this is what it feels like. Like, this is just a really great moment to have. And I remember, and I said it on the broadcast, Jackie looked to me and she was like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, Jackie, what do you want to do? And so it was cool to have that moment with her. And then we just kind of executed something that Becky probably see that we do every single day, which is probably just to give Asia the ball at the elbow and let her work. So no, this moment was just huge. I think I really didn't feel it. I wasn't taking it off. I really wasn't. I was just like taking what the defense gives me. But once I saw everybody put the 2 points, I was like, oh, that's 1 bucket. Let's go get it.
Asia, we know that you have the physical skills and the talent to
Yeah.
execute on the court. But you talked about your family and about the moments that you have before the game and throughout the week. You have that scripture, Deuteronomy, on your social medias. Where do you go in your faith in the moments, not just like about the win, but like being worthy of the moment?
So I give God all the glory every single day. I don't take that lightly at all because as much as I can have it, he can take it away from me. And so I know and understand my worth and I love on that. And I also understand that God has equipped me with everything that I need in the moment. He's never going to give me too much. He's never going to give me too little. It's going to always be just enough. So when I'm in these moments where it's crunch time, or if we're up and it's just moments where it could be a little slippage, where temptation can come in and where you think you got it all, God's going to always remind me that, no, he's always in control. And that's something that I don't take lightly at all. I let him guide me. My prayer before the game, I'm always just like, God, just guide me. Keep us all healthy and guide me, because anything could happen, and I don't ever want to miss out on an opportunity or be like, oh, I should have did this, or I wish I did that. I have everything that I need in front of me, and my steps are ordered.
Asia, congratulations. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, congratulations.
Thank you.
What is it like to accomplish this with the same team that you started your pro journey?
Oh man, it's so much fun. Like, people always talk about us just, what do they say, super teams, and oh, she's this because she already has these type of Olympians on her team. People don't know and understand the trenches that we were in. The games where it wasn't a sellout crowd, and it was like they was giving free tickets away at the Michael Jackson 1 show. Like, it's that no one was there for those moments. So to have this moment with them and to see us grow from just the big three with me, KP, and Jackie to now the four with Chelsea and our adding pieces, it's so special. And it's kind of, you look back on it and you're like, wow, like we really built this from the ground up, and no one will ever be able to take that away from us. So it's super cool just to have them by my side, for sure. And they get me the basketball, so I gotta love them.
Let's jump to Zoom, Nicholas, and then Michael. Hold, please. Sorry.
We good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Congratulations, Asia, but first
Thank
and
you.
foremost. Two-part question for you. One, where did that crossover come from? And two, what has been your favorite bucket from this one season?
Where did the crossover come from? Nikai, listen, there's some things that's in that bag that ain't even been touched yet. I'm trying to hold off on it till I get my little A1 shoe to really make things spark. But you saw a little glimpse today. My favorite bucket has to be that one, honestly, the crossover, because I was surprised myself, because a lot of people don't fall for it. But it happened, and I was really hyped about that one, because that was tough. That was a good one. That's one that I'm like, oh, I worked on that low key. And so it's good to see like the work that you put in come to light when the lights are shining the brightest.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Michael.
I'm trying to think, any more buckets?
I think he said the Chicago one.
Ooh. I don't know. I might tweet about my favorite bucket in the Kayaks. Let me go back in the archive. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Well, Asia, obviously, congratulations. It's been such a pleasure to watch you. I wonder when you've reached the level that you have, let's say through last year, how hard is it to get better? You know, when you're already considered the best player in the world, and there can't be very many people you can talk to who know that feeling. And is there anybody you've talked to say that kind of has that sense of, yeah, I'm at the top of the world. I actually think I can find a way to get better than that?
Honestly, I haven't really talked to a lot of people, but I've really kind of always kind of looked and listened, probably not even looked more so, but listened to Kobe. I mean, I could look at his highlights all day. That's beautiful basketball. But listening to his words and how he approached the game and his teammates is something that I continue to try to work on. And when you're thinking about what else can you do? What can you do? How can you be greedy? That's what it is. It's understanding when and how to be greedy in ways that I know I'm not perfect. I know I have a lot of things that I have to work on. So I really try to pinpoint little things of how I can be great at these little things and not look at it as a big thing and be like, okay, everyone could come in and say, oh, I want to win a championship. But what are the little things you're going to do to get to that point? That's what I want to be great at. And then that's when your greatness, because you can continue to do that for every single year. So I really have to credit my off-season work and my preparation. I really take time to get away from basketball to let me miss it. So then when I'm in it, I don't take it for granted. So I think that's the biggest thing is understanding. Like I think I've said it in one interview. I mean, my screensaver is rest at the end, not the middle. And that's something that I tell myself every single day. Like, I have no time to rest right now. I have no time to feel sorry about myself, no time to listen to the noise. I got work to do. And that's going to be my mindset until I'm done playing, until this game is, till I've squeezed everything out of this game. That's going to be my mindset. And that's something that I'm going to continue to do. And then I ask a bit of my teammates, and one is coming in all black. So, yes.
Thank you.
Jordan,
Okay.
before we go back into the room, Jordan, you want to go?
Yes. First, I want to say Asia, congrats on the 1,000-point season. And then real quick, Jackie, want to wish you a happy early birthday.
Thanks.
And then my question is just for you both. You guys have won the last 6 out of your 7 games. Like, it's just about how important it is to go into the playoffs with this type of win streak and momentum.
It's huge. It really is. This is when you need to start playing your best basketball because this is the rock and roll time. This is the best time of the year. So, yeah, it's really good to kind of get these wins underneath our belts. And I'm glad that the fact that they're not easy wins. They're wins that we have to grind out. They're wins that we need to understand the flow of the game. Because that's what the playoff is going. That's what playoff basketball is going to be. We're going to get everybody's best shot, no matter what. So it helps to have these type of games so we can prep ourselves for this. We had 6 free throws and they had 17. I'm done. I've answered enough questions. I gotta go. See you guys.
Yeah, you have to short this
You
one.
ain't get fouled at all.
All right.
Asia mentioned kind of like a facial expression exchange that she had, like a mental exchange that she had with you for that last record-setting bucket. Kind of like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Can you kind of share what that was like and the connection that you two have in a situation like that?
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. I had the ball and I obviously knew that she was about to break the record. And so I was asking her, like, what do you want? And she's like, I don't know. Like, but I just told her after the game, I was like, you scored like 998 of them and now you don't know. But yeah, so I mean, luckily the defender reached for the ball and the A was able to turn around and go. So.
I'm just curious. I mean, you guys obviously have a lot of great players on the team. You played with a lot of great players, but what is it like day in and day out playing with a player at the level of Asia who just did what she did?
Yeah, I mean, she's great. And honestly, you know, it's an honor to be able to play with her. She comes in every day and just kind of shows us what a professional is, you know. And even though she has the weight of the world on her shoulders, she always makes sure that her teammates are good, you know. And so she's always checking on us and just being present with us. You know, she has a lot going on. She is who she is, you know, but at the same time, she is a great person. So just with everything that she's accomplished and continues to accomplish is just super special to be around, you know, and to be able to come to work every day and have her here, you know. We played together for my whole career, you know, and so she kind of took me under her wing as soon as I got drafted. So just being able to learn from her and just see kind of the mindset she has, you know, we play through her. She kind of fuels us, and so she's a leader of this team and yeah, it's pretty special to be able to play with her.
The resilience of this team, ready for you, Jenny. The resilience of this team has been on display this second half of the season, coming from the experience I think that you core have had. How important is seeding right now heading into the playoffs? It's one thing to have the individual accolades, but you're climbing up in the seedings. Does that matter to you all that much?
Yeah, of course. And you know, we're starting to play Aces basketball and get back to playing how we want to play, and we're winning games. You know, but I think the biggest thing is, you know, our defense. We've been able to take care of that every night. We know we can score the ball, but just being locked in on the defensive end, and executing the defensive schemes is the biggest thing for us. I think whenever we're locked in on defense, we're able to get going in the opposite direction and in transition.
Wait, one more. Looking at, what you say now? All right, we're all good. Thank you, Jackie.
Thanks, Jay.